Hey guys, thanks for joining All Sports Best with our breakdown of the City Edition jerseys for the 2019-2020 NBA season. There's some super cool ones. There's some really mediocre ones that we left off this list because we're just doing 10. But we also had to mention the bottom three, the absolute three worst. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. All right, so number 3 is the Lakers City Edition. That is the third worst on the list. It doesn't have a lack of design. It's just a lack of creativity. And Shaq just threw some stars on the side. He added some accents and some detail into that. I got to give a shout out to the fact that Shaq did it. So that's really cool. Obviously, go to a legend, let him do it. But just not out of the ordinary for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and scratch that one. That's a third worst. Number 2 is the MSP for the Timberwolves. Apparently standing for Minneapolis and St. Paul. But just it's really, really plain here. The colors don't match up well. There's no accents. If they would have at least put like a dark blue around the MSP or something to make it work, it just doesn't work for me though. And number 1, the very worst on the City Edition list, has to be the Dallas Mavericks. Apparently it was inspired by art, plus Dallas and the Texas area that it's in. I'm sorry, this is just really bad art if it's considered art. It's kind of got that graffiti look to it. If they tied this in with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I think I would have maybe given it a little bit more props. Still would have been on my bottom 3 worst, but they didn't. And Porzingis is looking really weird in this City Edition Mavs thing. It just looks very, very simple, and I don't mind simple. I really love simple, actually. But when you spend about 5 minutes to make this design, it just doesn't come out well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the top 7 on the in the league for City Edition jerseys. Number 7 on the list, Motor City. The Pistons really did a good job on this one. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary, but just the stripes on this just makes it really cool. You don't see that a whole lot in the NBA or in basketball in general. So they did. They kind of went out of the ordinary, and I think it paid off. So top 7 with the 7th spot. Number 6 on the list, the Sacktown Kings jerseys. We've seen this exact design before, but it was with the baby blue, and they did a good job with that one. I really do like those, but really adding a whole new color to this is just really cool. The red, I dig this. I really do dig this. So I think that they did a good job on this by taking a risk and getting that, getting that payment. Number 5 is the Cream City Bucks. Just because they went out on a limb and still called it Cream City, I think that's going to be popular just because it's weird, kind of. But at the same time, it's just a really sick jersey altogether. The colors are great. The dark green is always really cool with really almost anything that's bright in any way. So shout out to them. And plus, they're sponsored by Harley Davidson. So you can't really beat that sponsor on your jersey. It actually looks cool. All right, so number 4 on the list is the Racers jersey by the Indiana Pacers. This one's really cool. It's got kind of like a racing flag style on the side. I do dig these a lot, and I don't know. It's just this one is simple but also very creative, and they added a lot of good colors to it, and we love the Pacers colors. Yellow does well for a lot of jerseys as it is. Speaking of a yellow team, or partially yellow team, the Denver Nuggets getting that love with the Skyline jerseys and really adding in some new flavor to these Skyline jerseys. We've seen these before, but the colors that they added into this one, it just really works. So I like these ones, and so it had to be number 3 on the full-on list. Number 2 in the league has to go to the Chicago flag for the Chicago Bulls. This one was really cool. The colors are dope. And you got to love the red on top of that baby blue color. And I honestly thought that this was a tribute to Michael Jordan, the fact that he went to North Carolina before going to the Bulls and being so successful and making that history there. But it is a tribute to the flag, and they just did a really cool job with this one. And you got to love the Bulls logo as it is. And number 1 out of the City Edition in the NBA altogether this year has to go to the Atlanta Hawks with the Peachtree jerseys. These ones are sweet. You got to love the black. You got to love their font. I do love the Atlanta Hawks font. They use it. It's original. And the Peachtree is just a really cool thing. It's historical. It's a street there. I think it's the largest street there. And, of course, Georgia, known for its peaches. So Just a really cool thing altogether. It ties together. So tell us what you guys think. We hope you enjoyed, and let us know in the comments section which ones you would have added to the list.